away. I mean, maybe you want international matches, but this one, I want to see. Can Space Station keep the fire, keep the pressure to the Ultimates? Now, on the Ultimate stage here, it's Ultimates versus SSG, round 1.
North America, the future is here. The kids have arrived in Raleigh. On the other side of things, they got the Old Boys Club, Ultimates, the LAN experience. Gibbs is all about it. The guarantee glasses are on her. But the kids, they're looking good and they're exciting.
Oh my gosh, this group of kids have made the Ultimates look silly for a very long time. The big question, though, everybody's waiting for is, can you do it on LAN? And not only LAN, debut LAN.
It's insane. I mean, we just celebrated the 10th anniversary of Rocket League. I was listening to Scribbles doing his social media content yesterday. He started playing this game when he was 7. Seven! And here he is on LAN. That just doesn't make sense to me. I've never felt older, but it's so good to see these guys that have been dominating online. Well, outside of maybe NRG on the other side of things, and certainly taking down Ultimates time and time again.
Listen, this matchup is the one that really is going to set the tone for SSG, and they're very hyper aware of that. However, on paper, this is still in their favor. And a lot of the times when you get these debut teams on LAN, it's either the most honeymoon phase you've ever seen in your life, or it's the most like, oh my gosh, they're choking every single time. But for now, that first minute of gameplay has been fairly hold your own on both ends. A tiny miss right there, which means SSG is still looking in the same form we've seen against the Ultimates.
And that man that was just on the ball, LJ, I've called him out previously online on streams. I've put him on Fraud Watch as well. I want to see the LJ that was back on the Space Station gaming days, the man that was dominating the stats, particularly early on in these major events. If he can step up like right here, perhaps with a one-on-one with Kofa, he could be really important for Ultimates. I know Chronic back in Birmingham stepped up immensely, which is why they got that top 2 spot, but I want to see LJ start to cook.
I'm in the same boat. I feel like when LJ's a little quieter, everybody starts to freak out a little bit. This is, again, a big moment for him to step up, but honestly, all 3 members of Ultimates got to do their thing in this matchup, because SSG, like everybody said a million times at this point, they really do own the Ultimates right now. The fact that the Ultimates have gotten a fair number of shots so far is a good sign, but first 2 minutes of gameplay still scoreless.
And we see those bumps from Scribbles, even Garrett G. I was talking to the vet, the captain. These guys just play a different game. The bumps, I mean, we saw Kofa do a reveal as well, averaging 5 demos a game. It's ridiculous. Here's a reset. LJ, 0 boost, getting bumped off at Kofa. Can they break the deadlock here? 2 minutes gone in game 1. The pressure is immense on this Ultimates lineup. Chronic having to back off. They finally get a way out, but Space Station clamping down.
You can feel it too. The Ultimates are very low on boost defensively right now, and SSG are just trying to keep that pressure consistent and going, but that clear is going to be the breathing room that they were wanting for quite some time on that back end. Chronic 50 forward. This one bounce out to the side. Scribbles has to hand it off to Kofer just to keep SSG in possession.
Yeah, this is a good start from Space Station. Obviously, LAN debut, you'd expect them to come out a little bit shaky game 1, but really taking it up to Ultimate so far. LJ on ball. Not quite make that touch. First kill, it could be a double block from Reveal defensively. It's again Space Station, not showing any signs of nerves so far.
2 minutes into this one. It is Space Station on the prowl here from the mid. Scribble's gonna take his time with it, pops it up to the air, has it on the nose of his car, off the ceiling, had some power, just a great read from LJ, but better off the backboard. You saw Kofer try to get in there fast enough to maybe sneak in a shot or 2, but right now, Ultimates, I think they're gonna play a much more patient defensive game. That's really what's been keeping them in this.
Yeah, looking a bit slow. Oh, Scribbles is backflip as a shot for LJ. Has to get back in time, pops up Chronic. Can he find the shot? It's off the bar. They both missed. Scribbles did so well after that early mistake. Ultimates cannot find cannot break the deadlock, should I say. Both teams having great chances, but we've only got a minute left in this one.
SSG still holding them out. Really good save there from Scribbles, and the clear comes through. LJ stops it in his tracks, reset 1 to the backboard, double down, out. But first killer has the space. First goal to the Ultimates.
They were given opportunities, given openings. They just had to take a breath, and it was first killer. Beautiful first touch. LJ over the top of 2. No one in net. An easy double. Ultimates. Great start. They've got a minute to hold on.
Let's see what we get off the kickoff here. Kofer, Scribbles tried to match his pace of speed. Instead, Reveal's going to be the one in air. Space Station now. Backs against the wall. 1 minute to go here in this game number 1. It took about 4 minutes to get that first goal from anyone, right? But especially against Ultimates, SSG got to be aware that this is a new level of defense that they're playing against.
Yeah, they're looking like the quicker team, Space Station. We haven't seen the demo games, or their demo game come online just yet. That's a nice demo from LJ. Keep this ball in the corner. They're going to look to hang on. This is a beautiful land play style right now from Ultimates. This is why they were top 2 in Birmingham. 30 seconds left. Just have to hang on. They don't want to overcommit. Just have to batten down the hatches. Space Station, they'll push for this one with 25 on the clock.
You see that third man did the cheat up, so it left Reveal in this 2v1 here. Gonna have to go against LJ in the corner, loses possession, but Scribbles able to get the pass over to the backboard, denies the double. The clear from Ultimates might have caught this one a win. 7 seconds on the clock here. Kofor, one touch up. Chronic.
No way!
Not gonna touch him! And Scribbles to sneak through a tie!
What a play for him. Kofor doing it himself off the sideboard. The reset and dropping it down to Scribbles behind LJ. Space Station showing no signs of nerves on land, under pressure. They tie it up.
They truly could not have a better matchup in terms of, again, setting the tone for your weekend. Kofor tried to keep this one up. We're going to hit the ground. Our first game goes to overtime.
Sometimes you just need that first goal to just get rid of the nerves to this Space Station lineup. This will be a really interesting overtime. Do they step up now? They've broken that deadlock. That first goal on the board can be all important. First killer doesn't get the touch. Scribbles is low boost. He has been a little shaky. Reveal slow. That's a great cut across Kofor. Certainly been the best player from Space Station so far, setting up that all-important goal.
In the corner here, first killer tries to get the pass off. He does. Of course, Chronic was going to be right there. They were pushing their way, inching forward, and you could feel Space Station getting back, but that low boost on Scribbles really made it awkward for him. Ultimately, for them to come in and really be like, all right, we can do this. We've done it, what, 4 times already at this point? This is the one to win. But Ultimates, right now, they are holding their own much better than they have in the past.
Yeah, just playing solid land rock right now are the Ultimates. And I would have expected the demo game to come in, but it's not to be so far. Huge save from Scribbles. This time, that'll do wonders for his confidence after game 1. Still put in a top score, but sometimes the score can be deceiving when you're kind of just pumping saves, perhaps not pushing forward up the pitch. Let's see if they can step up here and tie this one up.
Reveal taking this one out in the corner, low boost. Chronic took his time with it, gonna have to get under one. Does. No pass off to first killer. Instead, Space Station managed to sneak their way in blue. Still trying to force it. You see Reveal coming up close. And Space Station wanted to play this one a little bit closer, but right now, Ultimates, their challenges are very quick and very forceful, so SSG can't push too hard, can't force things that aren't happening naturally against this team.
Minute gone here. Reveal flicks that one across. Should be scooped up by Kofor. Awkward bounce. Can find a dunk. Build some pressure. We just mentioned the demo game. It's probably the most talked about part of Space Station's play style. And it's one thing to do it online, but on land, you still have to have the confidence in your teammates to push forward and be willing to commit the troops to perhaps find some bumps. We haven't seen it just yet. LJ finds a touch. Ultimates playing a lot of defense, but feels like that's where they're comfortable.
Scribbles, Kofor up next, though. Double commit for the save out could be dangerous territory. It is a wide shot. A quick transition out, denied. SSG getting held back a little bit more and more as time goes on. Chronic going to take his time with this ball out into the corner. Tries to center it to a teammate. Big, powerful clear, though, for SSG return. Yeah,
Space Station just struggling to beat that last defender there, and Ultimates can really pick them apart with bumps. They're doing it the other way here with the demos, with the physical plays. You can just see third man non-existent. Scribbles in net, removed by Chronic. LJ, beautiful shot.
Oh my gosh, I mean also just the speed. Once that big clear came out, I don't even think SSG anticipated how fast it was going to be coming in, and there was just no preparation to get squared away in time. But off kickoff, you do have the time, and they are in possession of this ball off the ceiling. Scribbles, another touch denied. A little up slow, and also the double from SSG is kind of question marky for me.
Yeah, that's when you're getting a little bit desperate and things aren't quite working out there for Space Station, but really Ultimates are giving them a taste of their own medicine with the bumps. They're removing that third man. They're isolating the likes of Scribbles in net. It's working time and time again here. can see finally a demo coming through, an open net, but that could be off the bar. Is it going to be in? It's wide. There was the equalizer. Space Station. You cannot let that opportunity go right.
Oh man, that one should have been the one to tie things up here and give them their confidence back, but instead, you know, there was that tiny sigh of frustration, but they're still trying to keep it going. Slow shot on target, carried out by Chronic. You can see LJ shadowing him because low boost means he's gonna have to finish the play. And SSG playing a little bit further back this time, just catching this ball, making their transitions over the mark to the sidewall again. SSG center to no man.
It's just not smooth right now for Space Station. Cannot quite find the plays. They're forcing it to touch. See double commits time and time again. That time will work out for Scribbles, who can scoop it up off the backboard. Looking for one extra over the top. But Ultimates, they're playing fantastic rock. They're isolating the last man on Space Station, and they're looking super comfortable in defense, which is perhaps not what they look like online against this team.
No, and of course, I think a lot of people expected, you know, LAN to be a little bit of a different performance for SSG. Of course, it's their debut. Ultimates have a gross amount of experience on LAN. We had just seen them in a finals previously.
Yeah.
This is just a revenge tour for the Ultimates. So in reality, yes, on paper, should the Ultimates not be favored, but on LAN, it is a completely different story.
Yeah, I changed my prediction to Space Station right before they started. I'm thinking, why would I do that? They got top 2 in Birmingham, for goodness sake, CJ. What are you thinking? And these guys right now might just be LAN boys. They're stepping up again. A minute left. The Space Station. There's the bump, but the shot is not on, and they've left it open down the other end. Can Reveal get back? It's 2-0.
The catch out and roll in for the Ultimates. That last minute is lock-in mode now. And I mean, if you are SSG, as the minutes are counting down, like you said, you can see the frustration and the desperation in some of these plays. And this is an important moment to really just get back into it.
Yeah, that final piece is just not there. I mean, they found the bump and the shot was wide. They're finding a beat on the second man. The third man's ready to scoop it up. Ultimates just absolutely dominating this matchup so far. 40 seconds left. Space Station have to stop forcing plays. It's not automatic for them. It's not as they've perhaps performed on LAN. They need to find a way through, but with 30 seconds left, this is looking like a 2-0.
Chronic took this one away off the backboard. No double, just plays it to the corner to keep this in the Ultimates' possession for now. Cobra trying to make it clear again. Ultimates doing an incredible job of keeping their hands up on this team. They're going to try and force a shot. First killer completely denies. Chronic sends off the second attempt in 10 seconds, CJ. I think it's too little, too late to get back into this one as LJ tried to take it out. Kofer's doing last heroic efforts, but it's not enough. Ultimates are heading to match point.
And Chronic misses the open. They're going to laugh about that one. That finishing touch, that online, it's automatic for them. They know there's the bump, the goal's on, but right now it's a little bit shaky. They're perhaps not as comfortable on LAN, and we saw Scribbles just miss that shot top corner with the bump, with the opening. That's what they're expecting to score. Let's see if they can do it in game 3.
Right now, off the kickoff, we were getting the double demos from Kofer, so this could be a good sign for SSG. However, they are in their own half for now. One down, LJ almost passed. SSG just trying to work together to get out, but Ultimates so quick to challenge and box them in. That redirect is that tiny bit of breathing room in that first 30 seconds.
Yeah, Ultimate's just looking far more comfortable at the moment. As LJ tried to catch it with a reset, didn't quite work out for him. First killer off the side, looking to basketball dribble this one. Instead, it's a fake for Chronic. Doesn't quite make the touch. Space Station, another double commit. Where's the third man? He's getting bumped. He's got no boost to Reveal as they clean things up, but it is still messy for Space Station. They don't want to force things right now, but the bumps are starting to happen for Ultimates, and they are looking more and more confident.
Oh, you got to keep it going, though. This first minute, they've been fairly in their own half, despite the demos. It hasn't quite been enough. Reveal tried to go for the bump and open up a path, but no connect on that last man there. Now SSG, it's this moment of you have a great plan, you try to execute it, but it's just missing the ending.
And it feels like we've had a timeout. Both teams are going for a pretty different play style. We saw the Demolition Derby earlier. Here's a chance for Reveal with the double. There he is! Space Station 1-0.
You saw them make so much force on this too. You had already seen Scribbles up in the back, messing things around, but Kofer was that finishing touch to force FK to go a little bit quicker than he needed to, and there was the time and space for the double at the end. SSG finally a lead back in this game 3.
It feels like maybe the 2-0 deficit has helped Space Station just relieve a bit of pressure. Now they know their backs are against the wall. They can play some free Rocket League, and the bumps coming through from Ultimates haven't quite worked. Actually unlocked Space Station. They've figured out how to demo on land. It's worked for them. They can keep this up. Who knows where this series could end up right here. Chronic tries to make the double Kofa off the backboard to himself. LJ looking to catch low boost. Space Station looking far better here in game 3.
They do. They are so much more aggressive. And again, a lot of that comes with, you know, the mixed level of pressure when you are down by 2 in a series. First killer trying to force this one towards that net. Kofer hand up out to the center. Reveal, great read on this one.
Open.
The clear actually might get the catch up, but no! They all hit the post, but it's all okay. Scribbles saw that poster and he goes, stop in your tracks, turn your nose to the right. Space Station, you barely got away with that one.
He not only missed, I think he just saved it. He redirected that so far wide. He tried to place it as if there was a defender in net. Luckily enough, it bounces inwards. 2-0 Space Station. They're looking far better, as you said. They look confident now, as if they've really just been relieved of all pressure. Maybe one more. Chronic has to make the save. Ultimates have been caught out here in the game 3.
2 demos in the back end, 3 demos now. Still not enough to stop the Ultimates from coming into that half there. Pinch from the corner, almost goes center on it. It's gonna get sent back that backboard. Great patience from Scribbles, but FK has just absolutely been a menace on that midline there, not allowing any clear, any challenge from SSG to get past. Saw the bump, saw the demo, and the shot's going in.
Kofa could have saved that too. That was a 1v3 with the demo opening it up. He did so well to dodge FK and Chronic, but he just couldn't quite land on the ball. He kind of reverse wave dash off the ground. But Ultimates showing the aggression, and they have been the team with more demos in this series, which is surprising.
Yeah, definitely surprising, because I feel like you're noticing SSGs a little bit more, which means the Ultimates are being really sneaky with it. Try to get another one in here. Great save, keeps it out. 2 minutes to go.
They've overcommitted.
There's the catch up, and there's that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, they bit off more than they could chew their Ultimates. They were happy with that first goal off the demo, but this is a huge mistake. LJ, third man, has completely got himself out of position. 2-goal lead is back for Space Station, and a little bit of breathing room with 2 minutes left.
And this is also, again, it's a great sign from SSG. They're kind of getting their warm-up in. Ultimates can't count them out ever, because again, this is a team that has stomped them in every single head-to-head since the joining of Kofer. So this is actually a first for Ultimates. This is the closest they've been to taking this version of SSG down.
You'd hear our beautiful announcer on this new map, Mr. Shogun himself. Shout out to him. It's a minute 90 seconds on the clock now. It's reveal. Going to keep this ball forward. Can he find one more? And he's over the top of Chronic. FK's in trouble. He's in a really bad spot. The low 50 works. 4 goals to Space Station.
This is the Space Station we saw take down the Ultimates in the last open to make their way here. That's the level of confidence. It's speed on those follow-ups at the end there. That missing piece we were talking about at the beginning of the series is finally here.
Yeah, it's just started clicking for them, and sometimes you get a little bit nervous. The rotations on land, you're expecting your teammate to be behind you, and you turn around and go, wait a minute, where is he? But right now, these rotations are clicking. Exactly in the right spot, time and time again. It's a nice bump though, but Scribbles especially, considering how he started in this series, has been immense third man. And Ultimates, backs are against the wall right now.
Oh, they got 1 minute to go, down by 3. Chronic's gonna try and get them started on the right foot last minute. Here comes first killer. Shot to the ceiling denied. LJ's just trying to slow it down, but still this ball is a magnet to that blue half right now. 45 seconds left to go. Ultimates, it's looking a lot less likely than it was in the beginning of these first 2 games.
Yeah, Gibbs' guarantee glasses are getting a little less confident after this game. This has been the most dominant so far. Space Station 30 seconds away from their first game win here. First win on land ever for the young fellas from North America. First killer's gonna pop this one up. Scribbles looking super comfortable on that backboard. He's pretty much made a living defensive backboard plays and just trying to hold out. Any momentum could be costly here against Space Station. If they can deny their second goal, Ultimates could go a long way to reverse sweeping this series.
Another catch out. This one not going in, but 5 seconds on the clock and a 3-goal lead. Space Station Gaming are officially back in the series.
Maybe one last goal here for Chronic, but Scribbles once again, he's just been floating on the backboard. Absolutely took it to them. They were really linking up, adding that finishing touch, and right now they're in a good spot if they can keep this momentum up. That was the most dominant game of the series, and it was their first win as well. So let's see if they can tie this one up, bring it to 5. We've had a few sweeps so far here in Raleigh. Let me see, our first champ fielder will Chronic deny all hope.
This is the player that we have seen go into the half so many times. Finally, some success on it. Beautiful pass off the backboard, too. And that speed from Ultimates, and Chronic in particular, going to set them up on the right foot.
Yeah, revealed just a little bit too quick there, but all 3 members of Space Station had 0 boost in the tank. Great start off the kickoff, 10 seconds in. That'll help the pressure right now. And there's a nice fake. LJ came across, the dunk was there, and that's going to be open down the other end. They've overcommitted again. Ultimates had the lead, gave it up 10 seconds later.
What on earth is going on? I think first killer had just gone up a little bit too far, but not only getting caught up too far on 0 boost. You were not making that race no matter what. Tied game now. SSG back in.
Yeah, it was the fake from Chronic there for LJ, but Space Station Gaming just read it. First killer's not ready. They threw the kitchen sink at the attack for the 2-0 lead. Here he goes again. That's a nice save from Scribbles. Who else defensively for Space Station right now has been certainly the MVP so far. Chronic with the low 50. Scribbles can pull out. He dodges the bump as well. He's done immensely, but this is an awkward spot. And first killer reads that. He won't miss when he gets time and space. They've grabbed the lead back.
Yeah, way too much time and space for him. Off the backboard, just a beautiful read. I mean, you could see revealed down in the bottom corner too. As soon as he hit that backboard, there's too much speed to get back to it. 1-goal lead back in favor of the Ultimates.
Yeah, just a poor 50 there, Chronic. And he throws that one. Oh, he's got, thought he might have found the 3rd. Great save. The bumps come through. The shot's wide. It's LJ. He's off the corner, but Kofa's ready. He has whiffed. Let's give another opening. Scribbles has to come up huge. The demo comes through. Space Station, it's looking pretty right now. They have let Ultimates back onto the attack. Need to find a way out, find that 2-all equalizer.
You got to be a little careful on this one too. First killer's done a couple centers. Almost lost possession to SSG. Fortunately for SSG, this is the first actual clear. Kofa's going to follow it. Reveal trying to get into position on this one. 50 forward just keeps SSG at least in the blue half for now. Attempted bump on this one. Successful one on the second time, but SSG, they lose this ball again.
They lost the ball, and LJ still has his flick to work with, and he rips it on net. 3-1 to the Ultimates.
Look at just the sheer patience, too. You saw the demo on the ground, and it was too quick from Kofa. They were getting a little antsy on it, and again, patience from LJ is always a virtue, and Ultimates up by 2.
As soon as he saw Scribbles commit to that far post, he just rips it to the near side, and Scribbles with his flip almost gets there, but 2-goal lead, 3.5 minutes. Ultimates in a fantastic spot. Try and close this series out. You don't want to take this Space Station team to 5 as the series goes on. They're getting better and better. First killer has other ideas off the post. Space Station, a lot of defense. Ultimates trying to stay on the attack. These 50s won't help. If the bump was on, it would have been a goal.
I'm starting to get nervous for the Ultimates because SSG are getting a little cheeky. You can see them try and sneak in that 3rd man and catch a shot here. In the corner, though, another center. There's that push-up, but having that 3rd man so far back, SSG are very confident, at least in the Ultimates, not being able to force them into those awkward 2v1s anymore.
Oh, the bump will come through. This should be a goal. It's a 3v1, and it's off Reveal, off Scribbles. First killer, the second time this game, Herky's been isolated 3rd man, and there's nothing he can do to avoid this.
They're giving them a taste of their own medicine. The Ultimates have attempted this a handful of times already, but now SSG kind of know this is their bread and butter. Forcing one of those 3 players around, of course, FK being singled out like that is a whole other mission to accomplish, but they're doing it. And starting to get back into this one. Only a 1-goal deficit for SSG. Great place to be in with half this game to go.
Well, they've nearly overcommitted again. Chronic able to get back in time and take the corner boost. Beautiful touch as well. We'll give him a momentary solo on net if you can find the reset over the top. This is awkward. This is really awkward. It's just got to be a goal. LJ, easy as you like. It was the perfect 50 from Chronic.
Oh my gosh, SSG got to be a little bit careful with this too, because some of these touches are just kind of bouncy for me, and the Ultimates are playing a little bit patient like I was talking about, and it's just these easy reads.
It's nearly a play where you wish Reveal didn't get a dunk on the ball. He hit it straight in the air, off the roof, down in the net, open for LJ. 4-2 now, still time in this game. But one more goal could be the end of Space Station here in the first round. Here is reveal. Where on earth is where on earth is the Ultimates defense? Is this just the reveal demo show all of a sudden?
It is. This is what I was saying. You have one of these players sneaking up, being so cheeky and annoying, and it finally pays off. Right when they need it most, now only trailing by 1, but you really got to get back into it. They've just been held back enough for the Ultimates to not worry too hard.
Wow, that was something else. And there's nearly another chance, but this time Kofa's not there. It wasn't reveal with the demos on that occasion. He was the man able to walk it into his net. The boys had his back with the double demo down the other end. Still 2 minutes, plenty of time. First killer with the jump. Scribbles has to go. All good first touch, has to land on it. He has his second flip, and you can see the respect from Ultimates. They're backing off Herc, but with minute 40 left, you don't want to be playing too much defense against Space Station when they're demoing like this.
You definitely do not right now. They're just going to ramp it up. Demo from Kofer comes out. Scribbles is going to pop it up. LJ keeps this to the backboard. We're going to see how far that clear is going to go. Reveal fairly low on boost. First killer almost got around him. Quick follow from Chronic. You can see SSG setting themselves up to take these challenges one at a time. Finally, almost made that clear past mid. Scribbles is going to play this a little bit slower.
Yeah, look at Kofa looking for demos. I'm nervous here for Ultimates. Feels like they're playing some slow rock, and it's going to expose them to bumps if they do get stuck in their own net. Here is LJ looking for a solo play. One of these guys on Ultimates can open it up. The 1v2, 1v3 play could just relieve all kinds of pressure, but so far, Space Station looking to push forward. It's a team bump as well. This will open it up for Space Station. See, Scribbles in there, they faked it though, and they've completely left it, and that could be the mistake that cost them the series.
Oh man, you're going back to your old ways, where you started to get a little scrambly, a little too, caught off guard. Is a nice way to put it. SSG, they had been doing so good, but now they are stumbling in the most crucial moments of this game 4.
Yeah, Scribbles just took a terrible 50. Chronic had 0 boost, and it's gone straight into Space Station's net. Have to score now off the kickoff, 40 seconds. First killer with the dunk, reveal back. Looking to just knock him off his line, and the rule once come through, the demo would remove it. No one able to break that one. Just Kofa has other ideas. Here he's with the solo play. Reset, throws it on net, double commit, Ultimates, but the save's good enough down the other end.
The double commit was just enough to keep it out. 17 on the clock here. SSG got to find one on target and in that net in the next few seconds. Kofer's going to try it, tries and gets denied. 7 seconds on the clock. First killer just going to play time here. Round 1, almost past 2, but that clear from Chronic, I think, is going to do it. Ultimates have finally taken down Space Station Gaming.